Hello and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. I am going to be reading for September 14th through the 20th. Let me do my stuff first and then I want to thank everybody. So remember that these are general readings, may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. This is going to be the overview. Hopefully I will get all done today, and today it being September 8th, and get everything loaded up today. If not, then tomorrow. Anyway, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, to Jesus, and I ask whatever needs to come through for you. And if not, like I said, take what you like, leave the rest. Now, I do post on Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok. So for those matters, just remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. I am also a Reiki practitioner, and again, I connect with God, Jesus, asking that energy, his energy, to come through and to bless whoever and whatever I am working with. Anyway, let us go to the cards. But anyway, too, I do want to thank people for all of your well wishes. I really do appreciate you doing that for me and saying that for me. I know a couple of people were like, where are you? Sometimes life gets in the way of things. I would love to come back every week and do this. I try to be pretty consistent, but sometimes that is not possible. So I want to thank you for your patience, and I want to thank you just for many of the people's good wishes. Anyway, the cards that I'm going to use are my Radley Valentine decks. Now, except for one. I will be using my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, we will be using my Angel Wisdom tarot cards, Radley Valentine, Fairy tarot cards, and this is an older version, and my Sword of Light Archangel Michael cards. Again, I have prayed, I've meditated, I've infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Let's go on to that one website that I do like to go on to just to see what we might have missed and what is going on. So here we are, reverse, and I'm going to go onto the website itself. So this is the-astrologer.net if you want to ever go there and just see what's going on here. So we are starting with the 18th. Okay, well, what have we missed? Let's go back to what we've missed. So September 2nd, Mercury enters home Virgo. So it is moving forward in Virgo. Let's see, when did it go direct? It went direct a little bit in August, and so now it is going home. So we may be still in that retrograde phase of Mercury, but Virgo and Mercury do like each other quite a bit. That's why it's home. We have Mercury 1 degree on the 2nd squaring off with Uranus in Gemini. So, remember, Uranus is the planet of expect the unexpected, Gemini air energy here. On the 5th, Mars in Libra was squaring with Jupiter in Cancer. The 6th, we had Uranus going retrograde. Now, I have been posting a lot of things on Facebook, so if you ever want to know a little bit more, go to my Facebook channel. And I do take it from other astrologers, or actually astrologers. I don't consider myself one. I'm more of a dabbler that knows a little bit more, especially Alex Miles. I mean, she is just amazing with her, with what she talks about and her interpretation of the signs. But Uranus going retrograde, just kind of think of it as, it is in Gemini. Think of it as going back through a lot of the stuff you have gone through. Remember, when did Uranus go into Gemini? In July, was it July 7th it went into Gemini? So go back to all of that time, and then it will retrograde, and that will be more is that going to be more in November? I think so. It will retrograde back into Taurus. So kind of go back. What happened? Did you have a lot of surprises? Did you have a lot of unexpected things going on? Then we had September 7th, the full moon in Pisces. It was also a lunar eclipse. Many people, and if you got up during the night, might have seen the blood moon going on with that. And of course, the full moon in Pisces will oppose the sun in Virgo. So it's been a very emotional energy, very emotional time, the 7th. Again, I'm on the 8th here, so we still have a lot of those higher emotions going on. But it did trine with Jupiter in Cancer, which was actually something that helped, helped this time a little bit better. So a lot of the emotional energies was going to help for more of a positive outcome, because sometimes you just have to be honest, you just have to confront, you just have to say what you have to say, and then clear that air. Okay, the 12th, the Earth, Sun in Virgo, because we are in Virgo season, is sextiling with Jupiter on Cancer. Now this is the 19th and the 19th degree, and that is all the Sun tarot. In the tarot major arcana, that is the Sun card, which means that all will be well. All is good. Sextiling is a looser relationship, but it is still a relationship. Now we go to the time that we're reading. The 18th, Mercury is opposing Saturn, which is retrograde. Remember, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto are all retrograde right now. Now, so there is a lot of reverse energy going, and whenever something's retrograding, it means to me it is going over the past. It is clearing out the past. It is bringing things to the surface from that past. So we have Saturn, the rules and regulations, with Pisces, the deep dreamer. It's going to be opposing Mercury. So on the 18th, there could be some very strong messages being given out, especially since Mercury will be entering into Libra, now again the air. So it's going from Earth, which is that meaty energy, into that air, which is more of that intellectual energy. So it will be, again, it will be opposing these, this one, Mercury will be opposing Neptune. We have it still, even though it is going into, this will be going, it's still going to oppose Saturn too. So we have Neptune in, Neptune is not quite in Pisces yet. It is still in Aries. So there could be some fire with this, whatever's coming out. There could be some fire. Trining with Uranus, retrograding in Gemini, and trining with Pluto. So it is partnering. Again, we are entering into times that nobody really can say. We've never had this kind of scenario before. I am looking around the 18th for some very highly motivated, highly energetic communications coming out. So we'll see. Again, trining is partnering, so it could be something very unexpected, very transformational because of the Uranus and Pluto aspects. Opposing, though, deep down secrets in this fire sign, Saturn rules and regulations, kind of fighting each other in many ways. I mean, thinking of opposing is really going against each other. Venus is entering into Virgo, which will be kind of nice with that. Venus will bring an earthier feel. It will be more of a touchy-feely type of energy. Venus, goddess of relationships, love. Remember, though, Venus can be very micromanaging, and she can also be a jealous energy too. Because now we're squaring off with Uranus, and I can't remember my mythology, but Venus and Uranus, there was a bit, there was a bit of a cantankerous energy between those two. So we will go forward. Let's see, we will have the Sun opposing Saturn on the 21st. We do have a second new moon in Virgo, which is not very common at all. Okay, so then we come to the 22nd, where we have the Sun entering. We have the Jewish New Year of new beginnings. So what can I tell you? We just have so much things going on that it's too much for us to even to even contemplate in many ways. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's go on to our cards. Again, I'm going to say, though, the 18th, I really feel, and again, remember, it is like a plus or minus 3. I do feel that there's going to be some very big news, very big communication, hearing things that will be kind of where if you really thought about it, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense. But in other words, you're like, wow, this is a big surprise. All right, let's go on and see. First of all, we will do a Michael card for now. Archangel Michael, what do you want to tell everybody about this 14th through the 20th? We are still in Virgo season. What do you want to tell anybody and everybody? That one flipped out. It is reversed. To me, reversed has a stronger energy. So during this week, we need to trust our angels. We need to let go of our expectations of how our dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. It's not easy to do that, is it? It is not easy to do that. But I will let you know that, I did have something very amazing happen about almost 2 weeks ago. I was at the vendor mall where I have my booth, so I was just kind of checking in. I wasn't really even, I was just dropping by to check in. And we had a woman come by. Now, I am a praying person. I do pray, and there are certain things that I do pray about. And a woman dropped by who loved our store. She was purchasing some stuff, and then right after she had bought her stuff, or maybe it was right before, but right at the time of purchase, she started prophesizing over us. There was myself, there was another woman named Deborah, and then there was Laura there. And she started prophesying over us. And, her eyes were rolling back. She started, and again, I'm not laughing at that, but it's kind of like when you're watching it, it's like, oh my goodness. She did speak in tongues, but she also said words. She said words where she looked at me, directly in the eye, and she said two things using almost the same words that I pray to God for. So I was like, oh my goodness, this was, I asked God for two things, and I've been asking, basically for signs. And then here I get, now we get this card, trust your angels. And this woman came in and said, paraphrased closely, almost to the words. But instead of saying, instead of me saying, am I, she was saying, you are doing, you are, will be, you will be. So I don't want to necessarily tell you what it is that I pray for, but this woman, like I said, if she basically, after the you are, or you will, paraphrased or said exactly what I was praying for. Okay, so trust your angels. There are angels among us. Okay, always know that. You may, always be kind to strangers, because you do not know if they are angels. Here we go. Let's see. Higher power. Now, I'm not telling you to be kind to people that are treating you bad or abusive. Remember, I am always one that tells you to forgive, because forgiving helps to free you. But I don't tell you to forget. Okay? Forgetting means that you have lost the lesson. So you can forgive, you can let go. Forgive and let go. And to do so is to keep you from that other person's darkness in many ways. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Higher power, Holy Spirit, what do you want to say for this week going forward? So I'm a little bit out of my groove because I haven't done this. Here we go. Let's put these over here for the moment. All right, these two are reversed. First card is the world. The world is changing. The world is coming full circle. The world is having a transformation. We are transforming the world as we even speak. Archangel Jophiel, this is a 21-2-1. Choose our choices, decisions. Partnering, ones are new beginnings. Things are coming, the world comes, there's things in the world, when you're in the major arcana, it starts with the Fool and ends with the Fool's journey at the world, meaning you have learned what you are needed to learn, you have completed this lesson, you can rest in this space before you start a new lesson, before you start going forward again. So something is being completed, something is being ended, something is, we have the infinity sign, there is more to come. A brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment. Freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. Next card, reversed. The wish card. Wow, this is an interesting, this is very, very interesting to me, because I did post something today about September 9th, because September is the 9th month, and the 9th itself, and then 2025 equals 9. So it's 999. 9 is a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of completion. Sometimes I'll tell you it's basically that you have all the puzzle pieces. All you have to do is just put them together. So again, we have that 9. We have that water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now, something's going to be happening. I think it's going to be Mars is going to be going into Scorpio, but not just yet. But we do have Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter, the planet of enlargement and good fortune. And this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and we just had the Pisces full moon. So water energy flowing, very psychic, very spiritual, very connected with that, with the other side, the veil energy going on too. And again, we're going to have we're coming to not an equinox. Yeah, it is going to be the equinox. We are coming to an equinox. What is that, on the 22nd or 22nd, 23rd, where light and dark are equal to each other. So the 9 of water, the 9 of cups, is all about wishes coming true. We go to Uriel, the angel, the archangel of light and of wisdom. We go to 19. So we have another 9 energy going on here. 1, new beginning, 10, transition, 9 to completion. Wishes come true. Your dreams become reality. A magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. Now, it's interesting because I have been seeing the separation, and I do believe that with Uranus going retrograde again, we'll continue to see this separation. It seems like there are a lot of people that are highly, let's put it this way, highly emotional or highly erratic. And then there's another group that seems to be going, what is going on here? What am I seeing? What am I watching? So I do feel that for the one side that, the one side that's kind of has their feet planted a little bit more firmly, and I don't mean on the ground or in this dimension, because I don't think we're in this, I think we are transitioning our dimensions. But, I do feel that there is an enlightenment coming for many of those people. And I know the emotional people, I'm not saying for those people they're not. It's just that, you do have to pray a little bit more, pray and kind of meditate and kind of center yourself a little bit more. So let's see what this last card is all about. Now, this is the 3 of fire. So we have a 3 celebration, creation, the power of 3. It's connected to Michael, the archangel, the guardian archangel, the one of, the warrior, the protector. And we have a 4, which is connected to the major arcana, the emperor, stability, organization, leadership, someone that is in charge. I get a very strong, do not fear, there is someone in charge. Now, we have the 3, we have the fire energy. What did I say? Who's still in fire right now? Well, Aries, we had Neptune and we had Saturn. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, passionate, burning, very determined. Whenever I see the 3 of fire, the 3 of wands, the 3 of sticks, I always feel that this is your ship is coming in. Do not fear about that. Your ship is sailing. Your ship is about to arrive. Planning for long-term abundance from your past choices. Pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. So there is some people, there is some wishes that look like they're going to be granted. This is a very transitional time for the world, but we are in very transitional times. For many people, their ship will come in. So if you have an investment that you're waiting for, that investment could be realized during this week, or you will hear more about it. How's that? Okay, let's see what we have. And I don't like to do finances, so take all of that with a grain of salt. But that is what's coming to me, and I've learned I don't have to understand what comes to me. I have to deliver it, and somebody out there will understand. Okay, let's see what we've got going here with my fairy cards, and we will use the fairy cards and all of these decks for the regular readings. Okay. Life experience. So this is very close. This is similar to the Tower card. Okay, Major Arcana. 16, 1, 10. Again, 1 new beginning, 10 transition. 6 is the number of man. It's the energies you put into something, good or bad. 1 plus 6 is a 7. 7 is a divine umbrella to me. This is the Tower. Things are going to shift. There's going to be I told you on the 18th, I feel like there's going to be a major, give or take, news thing going on. So give or take a couple of days, maybe from the 16th to the 20th even. So life experience, this is where, you feel like the rug's been pulled out from under your feet. You have to have faith, because what this does, it clears out a lot of garbage so that you can plant your feet on something new and sturdy. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunity. So do not worry with this. When I read my cards, I do read what the positive aspect of this is, even though, and we have all these beautiful positives up here, this one means that it may be very shaky for us. And we might even say, is good things coming? Because sometimes good things can be extremely stressful too. But this is something like the rug gets pulled out. It's kind of jarring, and it is not a time to be henny penny running around saying, oh my goodness, the sky is falling, because there's a covering that's quite beautiful. It is all happening for a better reason. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's do a crystal also, just a generalized crystal. And this is going to be kind of how each of my readings are. I'll be using these 3 decks. Let's see. What would be a good crystal for just in general for people to have? Here we go. Okay, titanium rainbow quartz. Now this is man-made and nature-made. This helps to awaken all chakras, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy, and powerful shift. I do have a titanium rainbow amethyst. So very, you could just feel that there's a lot of energy to it. Okay, there we are. Let's get this all loaded up. And, again, I want to thank everybody for your goodwill and your good wishes. And to the people that may have been, where were you? I'm sorry, life happens for me too. And sometimes best intentions, it's just the way it is. Anyway, do me a favor, please like and do all that stuff, whatever platform you're watching me on, please, do the thumbs, the heart, whatever it is, because that helps. It helps. As always, I want to tell you this, and I truly believe it. I want you to all know that you are loved. Stay shining. Be blessed. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.